Hi guys, Celia here, and today we're going to talk about some books that you might find useful on CELTA. So if you're doing the course right now, or if you're considering it in the future, you'll find this video useful. So let's go. And before we start, just a quick disclaimer, there are no methodology books mentioned here, and that's because I don't think you need any on CELTA. I think everything you need to know, your tutors will tell you. And you'll get all the knowledge, all the theory that you need in the course of your input sessions. And then if there is any further reading that your tutors think could be useful for you, they will give you the reading list. So the books I'm going to be talking about here and recommending are the ones that you can use in your lesson planning, the ones that have some practical ideas, or just some reference books. So yeah, let's see what they are. Right, the first book is 5-Minute Activities. This is what it looks like. It's inside, you'll find a million ideas for low prep, material light activities. You can adapt them for whatever level, whatever context, whatever language you're teaching or skill. So you don't even need to follow it to the letter. It can just steer you in the right direction. It could be you could get inspired by something in there. And then this book would be great for your focus on the learner assignment, where you need to come up with an activity that would address a specific need that your learner has. It's also good for language skills assignment, especially if you're thinking about a lead-in or the follow-up activity. Might want to look here. And just in general, lesson planning, if you're struggling to come up with a fun activity where there is a clear communicative purpose, you might get some inspiration from this book as well. So yeah, good. That's the first one. The next one, Learner English. That's what it looks like. In this book, you'll find there are chapters. Obviously there are chapters, not a book. Each chapter is a language where they outline the general features of language, and then they talk about issues that speakers of that language might face when they're learning English. There's not much theory. It's very practical. It's like they struggle with A, B, C, D. So you can just literally take it and use it. This book is useful for your focus on the learner assignment, especially when you identify a need that your learner has. This book might be able to explain why it's a need, because the reason might be in that student's L1, and then this is a book that could explain it. Your language awareness assignment, especially the section where you think about your potential issues. That's a good place to look for some information. Lesson planning in general. So whenever you need to anticipate a problem, there you go. That's your book. That's where you look for those things. Now, the next bit is concept questions and timelines. This is what it looks like. Inside, you'll find there are no surprises inside. It's literally CCQs and timelines. This book is useful for two things in the course. The first one is your language awareness assignment, the meaning section, and your checking understanding section. So those two. Again, you don't find the exact CCQs you need or the exact timeline you need, but it should steer you in the right direction. It should show you where to go, and it should be able to adapt it. So this is a good place. This is a good place to start looking for information. And the next thing is your lesson planning, your language analysis sheets. Whenever you need to clarify the meaning of your target language, if it's a tense, for example, you should be able to find it here. And then for the bit where you need to come up with some CCQs, that's also a good place to look for those. Yay! Moving on. A grammar reference book. Now, I've cheated with this a little bit because I don't have the book for this section, but I have two suggestions. So you could use a parrot or you could use a swan. Both are great, and just like the previous book, a good grammar reference book is useful for two reasons. Your language awareness assignment, like if you have a tense, a tricky tense, if you have a conditional, if you have a phrasal verb, a good grammar reference book would give you a clear meaning that you can then use in the assignment. Yeah, and also form, use those aspects. And another thing, your lesson planning and your ally sheets. Again, for anything meaning, form, maybe some potential issues, you might be able to, once you clearly see the form spelled out for you, for example, you might be able to come up with some potential form issues there. So yeah. All right, good. Now, the next bit is the one where I've cheated yet again. So you'll need a learner's dictionary. My suggestions are either Cambridge Learner's Dictionary or Oxford Learner's Dictionary. It doesn't really matter which one. I suggest a learner's dictionary for a number of reasons. So again, your language awareness assignment, providing meanings and definitions. Also, your lesson planning LA sheets. Wherever, if it's a vocab lesson, so whenever you need to provide a definition for something. Lesson planning, but if it's a skills lesson, if it's a receptive skills lesson, so reading or listening, if you're going to be pre-teaching any vocabulary, again, that's a good place to look for definitions. Now, I suggest a learner's dictionary because the definitions there, they're already graded. So you don't need to think about simplifying that. It's already been done for you. So those are my 5 books and resources that I think you'll find useful if you're doing a CELTA course. Thank you for watching this one. It was quite a short one, but I hope it was useful for you. And yeah, stay tuned. More videos are coming. Bye.